Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about my journey and how I got started in collecting luxury items. And I want to dispel the myth that in order to start a luxury collection or maintain or grow a luxury collection that you have to be wealthy or have a lot of money. That certainly isn't my case. That wasn't my case when I started, and that isn't my case now. And I'm going to give you some creative ways that you can do this if you are wanting to start a luxury collection, or maybe you're wanting to grow the collection you already have but you're on a limited budget. And you know what, if luxury isn't your thing, that's totally fine. This can be applied to a lot of different things that you want to buy. This is a fashion channel, so we don't just discuss only luxury items on this channel. I do like all kinds of different things that are fashion related, but I'm assuming if you clicked on this video you are interested to some degree in luxury, or maybe you're just kind of curious, so we will talk about that. So listen, if you are joining me for the first time and you've never met me before, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I would really love it if you would take a minute and hit that little red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a video. I do upload videos weekly on fashion, beauty, lifestyle, luxury. So if you like those kind of videos, then you're probably gonna love it on this channel. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram because I do post other content over there. And I also do Instagram live videos on Saturday mornings. We talk a lot about fitness and lifestyle, and I answer some questions, and it's just more of a casual chat type of atmosphere. So I'd love to see you over there on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Now you can see that I am outside. It is such a beautiful day. I decided to film outside because it's so pretty, and I do live in the Midwest, so I want to enjoy the last few weeks of summer that we do have before the weather gets colder. So bear with me if you hear some noise. It is because we are outside. So let me just share how I got started collecting luxury. I will tell you this, for many decades I didn't know anything about luxury, and I didn't care about it. I never gave it a second thought. I would say I was really into contemporary brands like Coach, Michael Kors, Tory Burch, Kate Spade, brands like that, because that's what I grew up around. My mom was really into Coach. She liked Coach handbags a lot. So I remember when I turned 16 getting my first Coach handbag for Christmas because I wanted a bag like my mom had. I really liked it. And I also remember, this is crazy, but I remember in college going into a secondhand store and buying this denim bag that I thought was really cute. I bought it because I thought it was really cute and I liked the way it looked. And years later now, knowing what I know, I realize now that I believe that it was a denim Louis Vuitton Speedy bag, and I think it probably was authentic because I remember when I bought it looking in the bag and thinking, what's that little tag with all the numbers in the bottom, and thinking that was really weird and not knowing what that was, but I never gave it a second thought, and I used that thing to death because I loved it. And then I wasn't careful with it at all. It ended up being dirty and stained, and I think I ended up just throwing it out or giving it away, not even realizing what it was. Now today I could absolutely kick myself because those bags are considered vintage, and you know, it just would have been a really nice piece to have in my collection today, but you live and learn. But really, that shows you how little I cared about or knew anything about luxury. And really, my journey with collecting luxury items didn't happen until actually very recently. I would say about 2.5 years ago. What happened was that I was a reseller on Poshmark, and I started selling some of my clothes and going through my closet, and as I was navigating the site, I was new to the site, and just looking around, there was a tab that said luxury. And I thought, what is this? This looks interesting. So I clicked on the tab, and then when I did, I was like, oh, it was like a whole world opened for me. Everything was beautiful, it was really interesting, and everything was obviously more expensive, and I was wondering why that was. And so I started researching brands and looking into heritage, because as you know, Coach has a really long history and a really deep heritage, and that's one of the things that I always liked about the Coach brand, and I still do really like about the Coach brand. So that kind of thing really interested me. So I started looking into heritage, where the bags are manufactured, what makes them so special, why are they so pricey, why are they so sought after, and it really gave me an interest in luxury items, and I started researching different brands. That's really how I got started. But I will tell you that my first luxury item I purchased pre-loved. In fact, I would say over half my collection is pre-loved because I feel like that's a really economical way to go. I do think that you have to be careful about it, and there's ways to go about that to make sure that you are getting an authentic item that's in very good condition, but I'll talk about how to do that. But what I did initially was, as I said, I began reselling things on Poshmark, and as I started to sell things on Poshmark, I started to accumulate credit. And so what happens is you get credit on the site that you can either spend on the site or they will send you your money whichever way you want. And I decided just to keep selling things because there were some handbags that I was interested in, and I thought I'm just gonna see how much credit I can accumulate. And that's actually how I bought my first luxury handbag, was that way. And so I actually did not spend any of my own money, and that's really the way that I built my luxury collection initially. I went through my closet and I decided to sell all of my contemporary designer handbags because I wanted to start investing in luxury handbags. And so I really went through my closet with a fine-tooth comb, and I really focused on selling a lot of items. Now, that takes a lot of work, that takes a lot of effort, but the payoff for me was really big, and it was really what I wanted, and that's actually how I began my journey and started my collection. So it didn't involve me spending any of my own money initially, and I would say that's a really good way if you are interested in investing in luxury items, or you want to maybe buy your first piece but you think it's too much money or you don't have the money. That's a really good way to do it. We'll get into talking about that in a little more detail in a bit. Hey you guys, as I was editing this video, I realized that I left out a tip that I wanted to share in case this might be something that would be an option for you if you don't have a lot of things that you can sell in your closet, or a lot of bigger ticket items, or if you don't want to sell the items in your closet. Possibly getting a part-time job, at least in the short term, might be a good way for you to start your luxury collection or fund the growth of your luxury collection. And right now in the United States where I live, we are going into a season where a lot of retailers are looking for seasonal help, and so they'll have hours to give. And a lot of retailers right now are paying pretty good money for retail workers just because of everything that's going on in the state of the world. So that might be an option for you, at least in the short term, if you don't have a lot of items in your closet that you're wanting to sell, or a lot of items that you can sell that are bigger ticket items. So I did want to mention that to you as an option. So now let's get back to the video. I'm going to tell you some tips and strategies that I would recommend if you're looking at doing this. The first thing I would recommend you do is to open a separate savings account, preferably at a different financial than you bank at normally, because you know what they say, out of sight, out of mind. So I did that, and then as I was selling my personal items, that money was in that separate account, so I didn't even see it. I didn't use it for anything else, and that was money that I had earmarked and set aside to build my luxury collection. And so I really recommend that you do that first. The second thing, like I said, I went through my closet. I would really recommend that you do that for a couple of reasons. One, you can sell items that you're not currently using or wearing, and that will give you an influx of seed money to start your luxury collection. But also, you want to go through your closet and really decide what you like to wear, what's functional for you. You want to make some decisions about your lifestyle and your style in general, so that you can start to decide what type of items would work best for your lifestyle. And you want to look at the color palette that you have in your closet. What kind of colors do you wear a lot? What kind of colors do you gravitate towards? All of those things are really imperative to really understand and know about yourself before you start investing in higher priced luxury items, because otherwise you'll buy things that you just don't use or that really don't work out for your lifestyle. I recently did a video on 4 things I wish I would have known before I started my luxury collection. I will link that above, and I will put that down below in case you haven't seen that, because I do think those are some really good tips to consider when you're looking at starting a luxury collection. So going through your closet so that you have some things you can sell, so you can get some quick cash to start your luxury collection, and also know what items you have in your wardrobe that you like and get a sense of what your personal style is really important to do. The third thing that I would recommend you do is to really start doing some research and do your due diligence. Really understand the different brands and understand which brands go on sale and which brands never go on sale. So certain brands that never go on sale are Louis Vuitton or Chanel or Hermes, and then other brands that often will go on sale once or twice a year, sometimes maybe more, are maybe Gucci or YSL or Prada. Really looking at the brands that you could potentially get on sale is important, because you might want to wait for those sale times of year to get a brand new item at a discounted price. Now, the brands that don't typically go on sale are brands that I would look at buying pre-loved on really reputable sites that authenticate there is some debate as to whether sites like Mercari or Poshmark or eBay are safe sites to buy luxury on. I've never had a problem at all with Poshmark or Mercari, but I will say that they do authenticate their items. eBay I'm much more careful on, and I guess I wouldn't recommend eBay to begin with unless you really know what you're looking for and are really comfortable that you can comfortably see whether something's authentic from pictures or not. I probably wouldn't go that route to start with, just because you want to make sure that the items you're getting are authentic. But like I said, I haven't had any problems on sites like Poshmark or Mercari. There's other luxury websites that sell retail like The Real Real or Fashion File or Yogi's Closet that you can also look at that are very good as well. So I'm a big fan of buying things resale, but understanding what the market value is, understanding what items do go on sale or what brands go on sale, and then understanding when it's a good time to buy pre-loved and what items are good to buy pre-loved is another really good thing to do. The other thing that I like to do, if there's a certain item that I want to buy, what I will do is I will Google the item in general, and that will tell me all the websites that have the item available for purchase and what the price is. And so I'll look at where it's for sale at the lowest price, and that's kind of how I a lot of times will get the best price on items I want to buy. Now the next thing that I suggest you do is really decide whether you want to go for a bigger ticket item right away like a handbag, or whether you want to start with an SLG or a small leather good like maybe a small wallet or a card holder or something like that. I would really recommend in a lot of cases starting with a smaller piece that's less expensive, that is multifunctional, so that you can use it a lot and it performs several different functions for you and it's very versatile. It can really give you a feel for what the material is like, what the leather or canvas feels like, how it wears, those kinds of things. You can see whether you really do like the brand. You can get a sense of, especially if you buy it new from the boutique or new from online, what the packaging is like, what the service is like. So I'm going to be doing a video soon on Louis Vuitton small leather goods that are versatile and multifunctional. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss that, because I do think that starting with items that are a little bit less expensive, that serve a variety of different functions, is a really good way to go when you're first starting out, because you're not investing as much money and you can really get a feel for what the fashion house is like. The next tip I'll tell you is not to be afraid to purchase items abroad. Now, the one thing you do have to be careful of is you do have to watch out for extra taxes and duties, because sometimes those will be added on and you really want to ask those questions before you buy something, but not always. I have purchased a few things from Selfridges, and I believe they're in the UK, and I've gotten really good pricing. So look for sales and don't always be afraid to purchase items abroad, because sometimes you can get really good deals that way. Now, the last tip I have for you is kind of a no-brainer, but we just typically a lot of times don't do it, and that is simply to ask for a discount. Sometimes you don't get because you don't ask. Now, on sites like Poshmark or Mercari, sometimes on eBay you can make offers, and so you can offer a price that's lower than what they are asking, and the seller can choose to accept or decline your offer. But even if it's something that you find online that is pre-loved, you can call the retail location, you can call the business and ask, hey, I'm really interested in this item. Is there any possibility that this will go on sale, or are there any discounts that you would be willing to apply towards this item? Because it doesn't hurt to ask. The answer might be no, but the answer might be yes. So those are really my biggest tips and the ways that I afford to buy luxury items. The other thing that I do is I routinely go through my closet and I make sure I really look at things that I have, and I sell items that I'm not using on a regular basis. And I also sell items if it's something that I think is really trendy that I'm not using as much, that isn't a forever item in my collection, I will sell it while it's still popular so I can get the most amount of money so that I can buy something that I really want. And I would say starting out with things that are more classic in nature, that are more classic colors, so that if you do need to resell it because it doesn't work for your lifestyle or you don't like it or whatever the case, it is more easily resaleable and you can sell it probably for a little bit more money than something that is more trendy or a color that isn't as easily wearable as a more classic or neutral color. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below, have you already started your luxury collection? Are you going to start your luxury collection? What tips that I mentioned today are you going to use to help you purchase luxury items at a discounted price or in a more affordable way? Let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. And with that, I will plan to see you in my next video. And remember, beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself and confidence is the most important accessory that you can wear.